And welcome aboard to the Rhode Island Interscholastic League Division I Championship. From inside Brown's Meehan Auditorium, it'll be Mount St. Charles. The Mounties taking on the Hawks of Bishop Hendricken. Alongside Ken Howell, I'm Mike Rubin. Great to have you with us for what promises, Ken, to be a renewal of one of this state's greatest and longest standing hockey rivalries as the Mounties look to repeat and the Hawks look to unseat.
Yeah, two definitely well-balanced teams, two teams that played each other in the regular season. Hendricken had a little bit of an advantage, but not by too many goals. Both teams loaded with stars. Both teams are going to depend on their goaltending. Goaltending is very important in this series.
A year ago, Mount St. Charles in this building knocked off LaSalle and came in last year, I think, as the favorite. Tonight, I think Hendricken coming in, they've had a terrific season. They've been very hard to beat, and they carry with them the pressure, I think, of having that bullseye.
No doubt about it. So, a lot of seniors on this team, a lot of guys that know how to put the puck in the net. Special teams are going to be important tonight, as we know in these series. Staying out of the penalty box is very important for both teams. And, of course, there's that unknown factor. Who's going to be the hero tonight in this series?
Well, you go between the pipes because I think, truthfully, Ken, sometimes a hot goalie can steal you a series. And for both of these sides, they are led between the pipes by two very good backstops. First for Bishop Hendricken, Matt Keneally, and down the other end of the ice for Mount St. Charles, someone their coach referred to as their backbone. No stranger to this situation in Brian Lawrence.
Well, yeah, Brian Lawrence is, he's the guy that's been here. He has the experience. Really, the whole Mount team is going to put the game on his shoulders tonight. In the past, Mount St. Charles goaltenders have always been looked upon as not being as good as some of the schools because they've been local. I think in this series, Brian Lawrence is going to be the key.
Now the other end of the ice, we mentioned Keneally, along with Brett Simoneau, shared the goaltending duties for head coach Jim Kramer, a .950 save percentage for Lawrence, and somewhere around along with Christian Maselli, shared the goaltending duties for coach Jim Kramer. Matt Keneally this season, a 94% save percentage. These guys are not easy to light up, Ken, and I think that is one of the biggest changes in hockey in general. You don't see 12-7, 7-5, 8-6 scores too often.
No, a lot of games are played this year by these teams against each other and against opponents. Low scoring, 2-1, 3-2, 5-3 type games. We didn't see too many games that had a lot of goals scored against them on either team. So I think defense is going to be a key for both teams. But goaltending is going to be the key, especially if Mount St. Charles is going to be successful here.
So when we return inside Meehan Auditorium, it'll be Mount. It'll be Hendricken, the Division I title on the line. And we'll have it right here after this. Well, I'm not sure that was Bishop Hendricken's Glee Club, but they did a nice job of bringing us home with the Star-Spangled Banner here inside Meehan Auditorium alongside Kenny Howell, former coach of the West Warwick Wizards. I'm Mike Rubin. Great to have you with us on a beautiful night for ice hockey here in southern New England. And, hey, not bad. They knew all the words, at least.
They did. Actually, the music got a little ahead of them or a little behind them, so I think it's the orchestra that was on a tune.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to blame the be-costumed Hendricken faithful that have made the trip here to Providence's east side. Hendricken's going to take the ice, defending goal to our right, wearing their familiar gold jerseys, green trunks, green numerals, and white trim. And there's the Mount St. Charles Mounties you see on the right hand of your screen. They're wearing the Bleu Blanc et Rouge, as they would say, the red, white, and blues. Our referees tonight, Mike DePasquale and Ron Paquette. The linesman is Sean Lyons, and we're about ready to play some hockey. Ken, these teams know each other well. 15 minutes on the clock. Do you expect these first few minutes to be feeling out, or do they go after each other right away?
I got a feeling Hendricken's going to go right at Mount with an aggressive forecheck.
Well, we're underway. Puck dropped, and the Mounties are skating left to right. The top line of Holmes, Crudell, Debraska on the ice. They turn it over, and here comes Hendricken. Near side boards, Andrew Farah, leading scorer for the Hawks. He dumps it in. Mark Squazzaro was back for the Mounties, clears the zone, and here comes Mount St. Charles. Near side, working up Holmes, shot whipped wide and off to the far side for Patrick Kramer. Tucks the puck against the far side, dashes, gets some help from Farah. Rolling puck taken off to the far wing. Crudell looking to center, had it knocked down by a defenseman, came up off the glass, and the Hawks attempting to clear, finally getting it out, was Jamie Armstrong. He dumps it down. It'll be icing, but the Hawks able to change on the icing as opposed to the collegiate rules, which do not allow you a line change on an ice, and the pro rule, which forces you to touch up.
Yeah, well, again, it's high school hockey, so you're not going to leave any team out there at risk of injury at this level.
Face-off will be to the right of Matt Keneally, the junior goaltender for the Hawks.
These face-offs are all important, especially in your own end of the ice.
Cameron Tedford dumps it in. Back is Stephen Dumond. Near side corner, stripped of the puck. And coming away with it was Jacob Glod. He plays it for Tedford, drops it back to Glod. The first gear comes to the near wing, tucked in against the corner, lost the handle, and it'll be skated out. Riley Miller to the far wing. Eric Edwards lost the handle. Tedford on the puck. He loses the control, and Miller out across center. The Hawks will get the puck in deep. And back is Justin Trindad, pushed off the puck back for the Mounties. Comes Glod ahead for Baydoe. It was lined up in a big way by Riley Miller. Both teams, or it looks like the Hawks at least, changing up. Played out of the zone by Trindad. Mounties will change. Back is Bryce Dolan. Pushes it ahead. Does the Hawk attack as Josh Olson sends it in. Again, the Hawks are able to go, in many cases, 4 deep. We'll watch what the line rotations for David Belisle looks like on the side of Mount St. Charles. Puck in, Lawrence makes the stop. Through a lot of traffic, Ken.
Good save right there, good save. Good tester on that first shot.
Dolan, the freshman, turns it over. Numbers for the Mounties. Shot wide of Keneally. It comes to the near wing, loaded up to the point. Enough there. Drops it along the boards. It's dug out and pushed back down by Patrick Holmes, trying to send Debraska behind the goal. And it'll be pushed around Dolan. Here come the Hawks. Puck will be dumped in. Hendricken changing. Couple and a half minutes gone here, scoreless in the first period. And you're right, Ken. They are going right after each other. This is a very furious pace early on.
Very definitely. And, good forechecking by both teams. They both got their forecheck going. Possible 2-on-1 here.
Sanchione on the wing has it turned over as Stephen Dumond got back for the Hawks. Up the gut comes Andrew Farah. Nice look in front. Lawrence turns it aside. Good defensive play by I want to say on the back check, that was Keith Valentine, and now, who can he get there? Working up ice, the turn, nice back check on the play. Sanchione had gotten free, and it was Dumond getting back for the Hawks. Puck spun out to the far side, ends up on the wing, and Hendricken changing. Here comes Farah. They get a man loose on the far side, and just couldn't feed it through to Kyle Fuller, and it clears out again. Here come the Mounties. Tedford up the wing.
One thing that's obvious is Mount St. Charles is a little bit quicker than Hendricken. Hendrick is a little bit more physical than Mount.
Fuller loses the puck to Baydoe. He tried to get it up to the point. Man lost an edge, and it'll be pushed by Eric Edwards. Lost the handle, and again Glod sends it in deep. To the wing, Tedford couldn't keep it in. Miller will work up the left side.
The trailer here.
Tried to turn on Tim Casilli. work in the corner. Again, Miller up to the point. Good look. The drive is knocked down to the slap shot by Dolan and cleared out by the Mounties.
Icing.
They're going to wave it off.
Wow.
I'm with you, but they wave it off. As back is Tucker Alberigo. Off the wing, almost turned it over as Nebraska stepped up. And again, the Hawks working right to left.
Offside.
And good call, Ken. It looked like Liam Watkinson, the senior, popped the blue line. And we'll have a face-off coming. 10.5 left here. A great crowd on hand here at Brown's Meehan Auditorium. This place is getting very loud very quickly, Ken.
Well, again, good pace, as you said, to the game. Mount St. Charles is just throwing in, doing a good forechecking job. Hendricken, same way. I think Mount's forecheck is a little bit better at this point.
And one point of note, I think, for Coach Kramer, we've seen 3 or 4 faceoffs, all won by the Mounties so far. Up the wing comes Nebraska, turns, fires one wide of Keneally. Holmes will track it down on the far side Dashers. Turns it to Crudell. Crudell looked to center, hit off the side of the net. Might have been a nice defensive play by Alberigo to knock it down. And first period has seen 5 minutes pass, no score. Almost turned over. It was turned over. Holmes tried to work up the gut, and at the hash marks turned it over. It'll be cleared out by the Hawks. Icing again waved off as Hendricken changes. Phaneuf up the wing, telegraphed the pass a bit.
Late offside, he's onside.
And Lawrence will leave it for Mark Squazzaro. Miscommunication between a couple of Mounties. That'll get cleared down ice. That should be icing.
Yes.
And it will be. 9:36 to play here. No score so far. And not a whole heck of a lot for us to talk about in terms of offensive chances.
Well, the best chances have obviously been Hendricken has had the best chances, and Lawrence has made 3. I think 3 really outstanding saves so far. The Hendricken goal has really not been tested. Mount's had some opportunities in the zone, but really hasn't get it out to the critical scoring areas to get some good shots off.
Glad on the face-off, wins it back. He was matched against Jamie Armstrong. Nice pass from his knees by Farah. Lawrence is down, and the puck went under his glove hand, but wide. Lawrence had gone down and left the net a little bit exposed. The shot from the wing by Armstrong never made it through as Tedford looks to clear. Will be dropped in by Glad. Keneally will play it. Mounties changing. Very quick shifts early on. Mounties really going 1-2, 1-2. We had once seen the third line spotted. Trindad up the far side boards for Crudell. One of the sin men loses the handle and turned back. Alberigo tried to look near side for Fuller, turned it over. Holmes left side. Caught Crudell, I think, a little surprised by it, and it'll clear out. Casilli will dump it back in for the Mounties, who start a change as Keneally stalls the puck back. Alberigo ahead, and almost a buddy pass there for Riley Miller. And it's turned a 2-on-1 break. Tough pass. And underneath
tough
the
on
stick.
His back. Get that on his backhand. It was really tough pass to handle.
And Valentine was on the near side. Centering shot by Daniel Allen, knocked out in the slot. Again by Alberigo.
Hendricken's going to be very careful of that man in front. The defense would lose his track of him. That's trouble.
Daniel Allen to the point. It squirts out, and it'll be sent back in by Fuller. Hawks changing once again. Left to right come the red, white, and blue-clad Mounties. Lose the puck. It's kicked up to the near side and sent curling in on Keneally, who uses the stick to play it for Canada.
Caught Mountain to change there.
Near side drive. Knocked down, check that was Dumont. And near side boards, it's pushed up by Liam Watkinson, loses the handle to Squazzaro. Just missed Holmes on the breakout. It finally finds its way to Nebraska. And we have a whistle.
Hand pass.
A hand pass, the call.
You know, I like the way Lawrence is playing right now. He's covering his angles. He's not giving up any big rebounds. Any rebounds he gives up, like so many goaltenders, he steers it to a spot where it can't be attacked by another player.
They'll bring the face-off to center ice. Alberigo. And turned to the near side boards underneath Armstrong. He finally comes up with it, cycled back towards center. Nebraska intercepts and will dump it in, chased by Crudell and Dolan. Crudell comes up with it. Far side boards, gets it to the point. Squazzero, who backhands one, has it knocked out.
Dangerous.
Yeah, Hawks have numbers if they hurry. Pass a little bit behind Patrick Kramer. And cleared out, neutral ice. Here comes Nebraska on the right side. Drop pass. Holmes, the drive just wide of Keneally's glove. And the puck tied up in the back of the netting. A terrific drive there by Holmes.
Oh, that's just a nice drop pass. Put a running stick in control. Holmes didn't even break a stride. Let up a nice little semi-slap shot. Just missed wide to the right.
Ken, how important is the first one, do you think?
Well, you know, it's always important in any game to get that first goal. The thing is, I would think it'd be more important for Mount St. Charles at this point because it seems that the action's been in their end, their goalie making more saves. So for them to get the first goal, I think would be a psychological lift for them. First goals are always important, but it's a long game.
Right. Why you play them. Yeah. Cycling around came Bedeau, loose in front, comes back toward the hash marks. Bedeau couldn't handle it, and the puck clears out. Here comes Fuller, and a nice turn by Bedeau. And it'll be dumped back in by the Hawks.
Watch this puck. Puck is bouncing a lot. Probably a little hot.
Well, these boards are pretty lively. I've seen some college teams here this year, John. Ken, they use the boards almost as a set play on the power play.
Right.
You know, try and get that lively bounce. As the puck turns, shot, and Keneally. Yeah. Good job squaring up to the puck by the Hendricken goaltender on the wrist shot by Bedeau. No lively bounce there, and most importantly, no rebound.
What I do like about Mount St. Charles, they've had a lot of almost 2-on-1 opportunities, odd man situations, and they just haven't gotten the shot on the net.
On the wing, and cleared back in. Say one thing, Ken, I think this is a credit to the forecheck of Mount St. Charles. They're making it very difficult for the clean breakout. Yeah, I think from what it seems, Hendricken likes to pass their way up the ice, and Mount's making that very difficult. It's not a true trap, but it's difficult.
Yeah, and you know, the good thing is, too, the defenseman, at least the strong side defenseman, staying in the zone a little longer. The weak side defenseman's backing off to make sure he protects everything. So they're taking a little chance with that sliding defenseman.
On the wing, Josh Olson. Look to Liam Watkinson, the most experienced line on the ice, either side. 3 seniors as Holmes plays it ahead. Snap shot by Phaneuf, but I think Crudell was off. Yep.
Hey, he pulled it back to take that snapshot. He forced his man offside. Again, you know, I don't really think it was a feeling out process here. I just think both teams are dedicated to their system. Dump it in, aggressively forecheck. I think Mount's had a little bit of the action coming out of their zone, and Hendricken has. I agree with you that system that Mount has of blocking that center ice up is really kind of giving Hendricken fits.
And I think, Ken, one of the things that we've seen very early is that both teams are playing with the mentality of, you know, we got to get game one. We're not thinking about, well, we might have tired legs tomorrow. They're skating.
These are high school kids. They don't even think about tired.
I think about tired. Now, every day is your vacation, so I know. I'm a jealous guy.
I get tired too. It comes with the age thing.
Saying you're not playing 36 holes a day anymore.
No. Not anymore. Those days are long gone. You know what I do like about Mount St. Charles right now is their style of play is obviously the typical Mount play. Everybody's working as a unit. So when they go with a good forecheck, there's always that deep third man back, making sure they don't get caught in any odd man situations. But they're aggressive with their forecheck, which is very, very good.
Puck is loose toward the hash marks. It looked like Glad was trying to fight through. Nice play by Bedeau. And it's sent back in by Phaneuf. Here comes Glad, has a break, gets around the defender, the backhander. Saucers wide. And back up comes Brandon Mitchell. He'll dump it in for the Hawks. Lawrence stalls the puck and will bring it around to Bedeau. Played to the point, drive off the foot of Phaneuf. Back is Squazzero. Takes a shove, but got the puck to Cameron Tedford, and Tedford for Glad. He'll dump it in. They're going to call that one icing. And just didn't get to the red line with inside 4. That was close, huh?
Bill and Dave Belial will not like that. In fact, Dave is giving him heck right now. He only had to take a half a step more. And, you know, again, when you have an icing, you cause a face-off in your end, and bad things can happen off the face-offs in your own end. That's why winning the face-offs is so important.
Face-off comes to Lawrence's left. It's won by the Hawks, who've done a better job on the dot of late. The first couple face-offs caused some problems. Losing an edge was Patrick Holmes. That puck pops up in front of the Hendricken bench. Enough, and now Holmes again. He'll try to play one in, knock down Dolan. He sets it up the wing. Riley Miller and Eric Edwards chasing for Hendricken. Loose puck came to the near side. Fuller couldn't track it down. And here comes Nebraska. Missed Crudell out across center, and it'll be set back up by Dolan.
No icing.
No, must have been touched by Riley Miller on its way in. Centering pass, good look, turned over, shot Lawrence. The save, and that you can see the look of the expression of a couple of the Hawks there. That looked like that was one that Jamie Armstrong wants back.
Well, again, what he does is, Lawrence does is he gets down on that spread eagle. He's covering all the low ice stuff, and he's challenging to shoot up high. Sometimes it's very difficult when you're on the move like to put the puck up high.
Mounties clear the zone. It'll be chased back by Chris Shalvey. He came back to the wing, and it'll be dumped back down. Mounties were offside. But the three-referee system here for the championships. Well, two refs and the linesman, technically. And Glad will work up for the Mounties, sets it ahead.
Icing.
And it's icing, and again, I'm getting ready. I mean, I've been more familiar with the collegiate game this year. That would not be icing in the collegiate game because of the hybrid if you get down there first.
Right. The thing is, Dave's is upset again because that was about a foot short of the red line. So you've got to work yourself to that red line. You just can't get like a hot potato because it causes the situation we have now. A face-off in their end. Oh, the referee got wiped out.
Mental mistakes are not
hand pass.
A hand pass called. Mental mistakes are not the hallmark of Mount St. Charles. So they play a very disciplined brand, and when you have those sort of things happen, and they could turn against you, I think is the more frustrating part.
That seems like anybody watching would say, well, what's the big deal? But the big deal is that every time you have a face-off on your end of the ice, you run the risk of something bad happening for the sake of just stepping another foot over to get the puck in the zone.
Hawks were called for that hand pass, and they will work up ice. Nice play on the wing. Here comes Finelli. The turnaround shot, and Lawrence knocked it down.
Oh, that's just
that is a terrific save. He got up on that glove, hugged the post, and that was a terrific wraparound move by the senior Finelli, and Lawrence just stymied him.
Yeah, Finelli came down that wing with a lot of speed, and you can see he didn't have the angle to cut in, but what he did was make a nice circle move around the net, and Lawrence had that post nice and tight, which he's supposed to do. Good play on both ends there.
At the point, kept alive. Alberigo's shot knocked down. And kept alive by the Mounties. Here comes Nebraska. Sets it up the wing, looking for Crudell. Nice drop pass. The shot up and over the glove side of Matt Keneally. And that puck becomes a souvenir, but you said it, Ken. That's, again, that drop past that odd side man coming in, the third man in.
Yeah, what makes that pass is that trailer, he's yelling. He's saying, I'm back up. Let me know. Off the boards, a little drop. He used the boards, a little drop pass, and it was a perfect play.
Good look to the point. Enough. The drive up and over Keneally. Comes to the near side. Kept alive. Looking to the point, perhaps for Phaneuf again. Kept alive, however, by the Hawks, and out to neutral ice. Set in by the Mounties, who will change. Keneally leaving it for Shalvey off to his right as we're inside 2 to play. Scoreless first. Riley Miller on the wing forgot the puck. It's set back in. Keith Valentine will chase for Mount St. Charles. Little collision with Fuller. Gets some help from Sanchione, the freshman, and kept alive for Valentine. Has it dug out by Stephen Dumond, who's had a pretty good first period. Off to the wing. Stepping up came Casilli from the point. 4 guys there, and the puck clears out to Trindad. He takes a backhander, sets it back in. And again, the Mounties start a change. The puck comes squirting free to the near side, and it'll be kept alive by Armstrong. Lost the handle, and off the change, here comes, well, almost offside. Yeah, he was. Replaying the puck coming back over right to left was Tedford. It's the right call, as he had put himself offsides.
I think he thought that he was going to be delayed offside. He wasn't sure what to do with it there. It was interesting. Mount did get their third line out there for about a 25-minute shift, and they did a pretty good job.
Here comes Hendricken with inside a minute to play here in the first. No score. Game 1 of this best-of-3 championship series. They'll play again tomorrow, and if they've split games 1 and 2, we'll be back here with our corned beef on Monday. Here comes Glad. Drop pass again for Tedford. He'll work up the wing, decides to play it along the kick plate, and back is Dolan. Cuts to the near wing. Tried to play it for Armstrong. Bouncing puck hops back to Alberigo. He'll cycle behind Keneally off to the wing. Tried to send it for Patrick Creamer. Intercepted there Squizero. He'll again send it in, and it looks like the Mounties will be very content to play. Our best offense right now is a good defense. Near side, it'll be Andrew Ferris setting the puck in on Lawrence, icing the call with 7.8 seconds left in the first. And
Coach Creamer can't be happy with that at all. That is not a good, again, the defender, the Hendricken player was less than a stride away from the red line and just kind of casually flipped it in, not even being concerned that it was going to be offside with 7.8 seconds. Now you're going to, you got a nice face-off here for Mount St. Charles. They're going to try to set up one of these defensemen. Squizero and Vanev are both top-notch players, and they both, actually the 2 leading scorers on the team right now on the ice because they've lost they've lost Mr. Vada, which was a blow for Mount St. Charles.
Enough off the face-off save. Keneally loose in front. Keneally a glove on it. And they did exactly as you indicated. They had Nebraska originally on the dot. He was kicked out of the circle, which actually meant they went back to Holmes, who was their regular center. And he was able to get that puck up to Phaneuf. And you watch Nebraska and Phaneuf talking about this one.
This is a set play. They get
one again. The drive off the blocker.
Wow.
Boy, they called that. You said set play. They called that. They said, I'm going to drop you this puck. You have time for one shot. And it was just inches off of the iron.
And they pitched Squizero down, right down. They figured that you can't get a breakout in that period of time. Put Squizero down low, too. So they actually had 3 forwards. They had almost like an extra man down low situation.
And we'll get another look. This is with literally 2 3/4 seconds left.
The outside man way to the left. Look, he gets behind the defender. If that puck's on the ice, he scores. The shot got deflected. Otherwise, he taps it in backside. That was a set play.
Well, they huddle up here for a couple of minute break between the 2 periods. We'll take one, too. Second period when we return to Meehan Auditorium. No score. Hendricken and Mount. And great to have you on board with us here from Meehan Auditorium here on Providence's east side. No score. Mount St. Charles and Bishop Hendricken. The game 1 of this best-of-3 championship series. And, Ken, we haven't had a lot of scoring to talk about in this first period, but these 2 teams have played each other a lot. And I've got to be honest, I was not around when this rivalry in the championship series began back in 1980-81. They then played each other before the end of that decade. They played each other 7 times in the 80s. Tack on another 5 times in the 90s. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times since the turn of the century. This is the 19th meeting all-time, thrice won by Hendricken, including their last meeting back in 2012. It is a long and storied rivalry, and there are some folks from the 80s when Hendricken lost 7 straight to Mount that are itching for a little revenge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This series is, again, a series that's been built on tradition and hard work, and both teams have been here. They know what to do, and they're well coached. That's the key. They're well coached.
You don't get there by accident, that is for sure. They switch sides, right to left, and that's going to be a penalty. I saw it coming from about a mile away, and Liam Watkinson taking a little forearm shiver into the back of Mark Squazzaro. And 30 seconds into the second period, we're going to get our first look at special teams as Watkinson heads to the penalty box. 2 minutes. I think it's hitting from behind, and at any rate, Mount goes on the power play.
Here's where Squazzaro and Fanup are going to be the keys, because everything gets generated from them.
And another face-off win by the Mounties. Fanup for Holmes, back between the dots. Fanup for Squazzaro, far side circle. Looks up, finds Fanup. Looks to shoot, it hits a skate, and because of the deflection, the face-off remains in the Mounties' offensive third of the ice.
They got Squazzaro on the right side, but Squazzaro is not going to have a stick on the right side there. Well, actually, both defensemen shoot the same side, so it's a tough little setup. Again, I think they're just looking to set up Fanup right down the slot, right down the tube.
Nice face-off win by Nebraska. Again to Squazzaro. He thought shot. Over for Holmes. Holmes holding. Some patience here as he dishes to Crudell. Trying to free up, looks like Fanup on the near side.
Backside,
yep.
That's where they want him, right there, backside. That's the guy.
They get it to Fanup. Cycles between the dots, takes a shot, hit a body, and an errant clear attempt kept alive Squazzaro for Holmes. And the Mounties will get second life.
Good patience there. Real tight box by Hendricken.
Crudell, Fanup, and now Nebraska. Up for Squazzaro, right point. Fanup between the circles. Thought drive, got his man to drop. Gets the shot off. Saved by Keneally. Came up. Got him either in the high blocker, maybe even in the helmet. Crudell.
No, that's okay. It's just, you can see what they're trying to do. There's no doubt about it.
Between the circles, Fanup, another drive, hit a body. Holmes the shot. Keneally
nice
went down
save.
and sprawled to his left leg. A terrific stop.
Wow.
Acrobatic there as he went down to his belly and caught that puck off his left foot. And just 35 seconds remain on this Mountie power play. Holmes will set it in deep. Back is Dumont, turned over. Holmes on the near side boards, up top Fanup. Another drive, the shot, loose in front, and Keneally closes down the wickets and keeps this one scoreless. Sometimes, Ken, your best penalty killer is that man between the pipes.
No doubt about it. And Hendricken's playing a real tight box and really allowing the defense, especially Fanup in the middle, to come right down that slot. Good patience by Mount St. Charles when they do get the puck, not hot potato with it. They're looking for the high percentage shot.
Only 20 seconds left on this first power play for either side. Fanup and now Holmes again. Back up Fanup, left point. Over for Squazzaro. On about the shot, little wrister to the side! Top shelf goes Justin Nebraska!
Let me tell you a story. That was that pass, not a shot.
Yeah, the redirection on the little wrist from Squazzaro.
Oh, wow. That was just a great pass by Squazzaro. That man in the slot was all alone, and all he did was just lay it across. What a beautiful, beautiful play by Squazzaro. And just a great tip. Awesome, awesome play. Special teams, they can help you an awful lot in these series.
So mark it down. It'll be
Crudell.
Oh, it was Crudell.
Yep, Crudell tipped it in. Just a nice little redirection, but the play was made possible by Squazzaro's pass. You can see he picked his head up, and rather than shoot, he looked. There's a 2-on-1.
2-on-1 break. The shot wide of Keneally. Comes back to the near side. And let's be clear, there wasn't anything any goaltender was going to do about that.
No.
That is just a highlight reel special there for Tom Crudell. Mounties take a 1-0 lead. Next 5 minutes, Ken, you got to imagine the Hawks are going to put it in overdrive. Almost tipped it and scored! Just like that, off a skate. It was kicked in from hero to Goto. Poor Mark Squazzaro. It went through the 5-hole of Lawrence, and that is just pure bad luck.
Yeah, that was just that's just one of those goals that happens. A good thing happens when you put the puck on the net. The Hendricken player put the puck on the net. He got redirected by a defender in the net. Ever so slightly made it over the goal line. Well, Hendricken answered.
Yeah, here's another look at it. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
just kicked in. It's going to be Andrew Farah So, we get a minute, we get a couple of goals, and here we are right back to 1-1. And it's set in by the Mounties. Now they give Armstrong an assist on that. He'll take it.
Good forechecking here by Mount St. Charles. Great forechecking. Oh! Almost deflected in. Oh my God, that would have been another crazy goal.
Here come numbers for the Hawks. It's kicked forward by Riley Miller. Back is Trindad. And turned over Lawrence.
Good patience there.
To the right point, Dumont the drive. I don't know if Lawrence saw it. A lot of traffic in front.
Never saw that.
Kept alive, nicely played by Fuller. And they're going to lead Holmes. No, Holmes is hopping off. And the Mounties change. 4 minutes gone, second period. 1-1. Goals from Crudell and Farah from Mount St. Charles and Hendricken, respectively.
Oh, good hit.
That little bump on the hit there by Daniel Allen.
Both teams have got it cranked up right now. They both have it cranked up.
Allen to the point. Enough to drive. Tipped again.
Oh, great glove save, though.
Yeah.
He got his glove on that. He never saw it. That was pure reflex. Pure reflex on that save.
We're going to get a look at it. You see the puck came to Fanuff.
Watch him just lift his hand up. He doesn't see it.
Oh, that's the goal. That's the goal,
yeah. The deflection. Oh, yeah, okay.
That was a terrific look.
You know what happened with that box on that first goal was that box got kind of opened up in the middle. They were so concerned about the top guys, concerned about the defenseman, that they lost track of the center, who's the guy who tipped it in on that first St. Charles goal.
Well, the Mounties on the wing will set it in. That was Sanchioni. And here's Jonathan Finelli. Intercepted by Holmes in neutral ice.
Mount had too many guys on the ice.
They still have too many guys on the ice. Yeah, they got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a little bit of time for Nebraska to get off.
No.
But
he got him.
Yeah, they got him.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 4 forwards and 2 D for a while.
I think at one point they almost had 7.
Yeah. Did you see the play? There was a play last week. I think it was the Florida Panthers had 11 guys on the ice.
I was at the Panthers-Bruins game. They had 6 on the ice at one point, but I think I saw that in the paper.
Yeah, I saw. They had a little graphic online, and I saw counting the guys. I mean, they even allow for, the 3 feet around the bench. A couple guys. It wasn't close. And Coach Belisle. We're going to take a quick timeout as they sort out the extra man. We'll be back after this. And welcome back. Hendricken going on the power play for the first time today. Too many men on the ice. The violation against the Mounties. A nice play by Fanuff. And Crudell near side. Got just enough of that to make it difficult on the Hawks, who will cycle back. Hendricken surrendered a power play goal to Crudell and then answered very quickly with the call it an own goal. A shot by Farah went off the skate and found its way through the legs of Lawrence. Right point, Dolan. Broken up, Crudell. Kept alive, Armstrong. Down low, Farah, the shot, and Lawrence picks his pocket.
Great save. One thing we'll have to really watch here, though, is that Scrizzero and Phantom, although I'm sure they play a lot of time, they're playing a lot of time because now they're out there killing the penalties. They were on that power play for the entire power play. Now they're out here killing the penalties. They're logging a lot of ice time. So the question will be, how are they going to be when we get into that third period late in the game, especially in a tight game?
Well, you think back of those days when you're on the pond around noontime and mom starts calling you in, and when the sun goes down, that's a good 5-6 hours on the ice, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Could be tired on Tuesday or Sunday, depending on how these games go. Inside a minute left on this power play for Mount St. Charles's kill. Here's Farah, little pass, nice look for Armstrong. Has some room, takes a shot, it hits the iron. Oh, he clanged it. Had gotten Lawrence to move. Another wraparound effort, puck sitting in front. Another shot, Lawrence once, twice, thrice stones the Hawks.
Yeah. That was a nice play by Armstrong. He just very patiently came in, cut into the middle, and threw a shot onto the post. Very smooth player.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah, watch this little smooth little play. A little smooth right here. He's coasting, and he gets off the shot. That's just a real nice play. Under control, not losing sight of where the goaltender is and what he needs to shoot at.
Just a half minute remains on the too many men call. Near wing. Shalvey drops it back down. Turning his Brandon Mitchell to the wing. Back up top, Dumont. Through traffic, loose in front. And the Hawks are trying to crash and get that shot off the rebound and could not. Centering shot saved by Lawrence as Waterman got some wood on it.
Yeah, Squizzero got hurt on that one too. Squizzero blocked the shot on his, I think his left. Looking at it now, his left ankle. He took a shot right or a stick. He's limping pretty bad here. He's going to have to get off. You can see he is hurt.
You can see him skating on folks.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt.
He's feeling it. Have a whistle blown. 9 seconds left on this power play as we're ticking down to about 8 left here in period number 2. They'll make ice between the second and third.
Yeah, it's getting a little snowy here now, so you got to be careful carrying the puck. Not quite like that outdoor game a few weeks ago.
No.
In the NHL, that was unbelievable.
Oh, man. The rink help was out shoveling ice between TV timeouts, media timeouts.
And serious snow.
It's coming down, that's for sure. Here's Mitchell.
We're back to all even here now.
And now Miller, we're halfway through the second. Dropped in on Lawrence. Puck's changing as we are halfway through period number 2, tied at 1.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's offside. Oh.
I think it was, I want to say that was Watkinson who came in hard. Puck over the stick of Matthew Kim. He gets back for the Hendricken Hawks and comes near side for Sam Belanger. And now ahead, the pass for Finelli. Leads it ahead for Watkinson. Takes a shot. Lawrence to save. Another shot. I don't know if that was toe of Lawrence or the side of the net.
Side of the net, but he had trouble controlling that kind of a knuckleball type shot.
Casilli, a little collision. 2-on-2, but now make it 2-on-3. A drive by Crudell, saved by Keneally. Hot rebound out to Tedford. He couldn't handle it. Neutral ice, and we're going to get a slash behind the play. I was following the puck.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
And it looks like it's going to be a slashing call against Cameron Tedford. So he's going to head to the box, and for the second straight chance on special teams here, we'll get a look at the extra man unit for Hendricken. 6:36 left here. Our second period tied at 1 goal apiece.
Somebody's got to come off here. Oh, here we go. Manum's back out there, so whatever happened to him, he's quick healer.
So Squizzero. Glove down. Comes to Farah. Nice pass. Look in front. And Armstrong got a little too much under it. Curled it into the netting. And no deflection means this. I don't believe it was deflected.
No, I think it was straight in.
Oh, it was. Yeah, no, they're saying it was because the faceoff's staying inside the zone.
I got to tell you, though, Hendricken's making a conscious decision to shoot high on Lawrence. A lot of these shots have been, even the one that hit the post was up pretty high. So I think they're making a conscious decision because he goes down like he does. He gets into that butterfly. I think they're trying to pick everything top corner if they can.
Mounties ice it away, but a half minute gone here on this second power play for the Hawks. First one successfully killed by the Mounties man down unit. They say in lacrosse at least. Here's Bryce Dolan out across the far wing. Armstrong sets it in. Holmes stripped by Farah.
Nice play.
Yep. I checked that was Albarigo. Tried to feed it across. Backhanded by Squizzero, and it clears the zone. Chased back by Dolan. Chased there by Crudell. Nice play by Crudell, and Dolan will be forced to work back, and we're halfway through this power play already. Hendricken's yet to really test Lawrence, and that's a textbook mistake on the power play, Ken. You hate to ice it when you have the extra skater.
That was a tired play by a tired player that wanted to get off and just didn't think and You just don't want to have this happen. The best defense when you're on a man short is to be facing off the other team's end.
2 goals scored less than a minute apart. Crudell and Farah. Here comes the shot. Oh, almost caught Brandon Mitchell, did Riley Miller. Looking in front, had Brandon Waterman. Cycles to the wing. Tries to get around Bedeau. Works in front. Shot saved by Lawrence. He was looking around. His defense bailed him out there, Ken, because he had no idea where that puck was.
And then Phaneuf just banged that out with his glove hand. I'm really impressed with Phaneuf and Scazzero.
Centering pass, a good look. Lawrence had gone down again, but a nice save on the Brandon Mitchell wrist shot. And we keep this 1-1, but if you're the Belials, Ken, you can't be too happy that 3 gold jerseys got behind your defense when you're killing a penalty.
No, that was a little tough right there. The other thing is, again, you just have to be conscious of where that backside wing is when you're on a man-short situation.
Shot, save made off the blocker side of Lawrence. Left point drive by Kim. Ends up a souvenir, and we'll have another whistle. 4:41, we'll say, left here in the period. Oh, they reset it. 4:44 it is.
Well, they make both these goalies have made some really classic saves. They're real nice split, covered a lot of angles, and driving the puck up from the corner. Both of them have done a real nice job.
Neither one of them is one of those guys who's a 6'3" guy who just takes up a ton of space. They're athletic and agile for sure.
Well, they're quick, and they cover a lot of those angles with their pads down. As the goaltending style is so much different, different today the way people play. And they play the game on their knees.
Working up ice came Josh Olson. Tries to get around Tim Casilli. Hawks had some numbers. 3 Mounties had overloaded this near side. It'll be cleared out up and over the head of Crudell. And now here's Dabrowska. Lost an edge, no trip. They'll say it was clean. There's Farah on the back check for the Hawks. And now to the wing comes Boulanger. Out across center for Farah. He tries to turn on Casilli, sets it in. Lawrence to stall for enough. He will attempt to clear the zone. Turned by Kramer. Takes a shot. It came in toward Lawrence and wide. Turned back Casilli with enough. Allen. Valentine with the puck and out on the wing for Crudell. He'll dump it in. Finish the change as Allen in the corner is pinned by Bryce Dolan. Inside 3.5 to play here in the second. Puck dumped down. Lawrence calling for icing, but it came in on him, and he'll cover it up. And we'll have a whistle with our score still 1-1. Both teams changing, getting the personnel. You see a pretty good crowd on hand here at Brownsby Auditorium, a place I've spent a lot of time here, Ken, and I'll tell you, there isn't a bad seat in the house.
No, it's a great facility. It's just a perfect bowl to watch a game from. I don't care what angle you're at. A lot of people like to crowd those end zones there.
You're right on top of the action from the end zones.
Yeah.
I was a behind the visitor bench kind of guy when I was a student, and I'll tell you,
That's because you were heckling those players.
Well, that's beside the point. My reputation precedes me. But you're right. It is a classic bowl, and made some improvements here over the years. It is a nice facility. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the fact that Schneider has made some great improvements. Boss Arena down at URI. There's a lot of great places to watch the game of hockey here in this small state of Rhode Island. And we're glad you could be with us for this one with the score 1-1 inside now. About 2.5 left here in the second period of what's been a very good hockey game between two old rivals.
Yeah, good. Again, there's been another icing.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Well, you see, I'm watching Coach Belisle saying, get over the line.
Again.
You could read his lips.
He was only a stride away from getting over that line. Maybe it's, again, the ice surface here, you have to get used to. It's a little bit different than most of the high school rinks you play in. That sensation of skating a certain distance before you dump it in most rinks, all of a sudden you get a little bit more room between the blue lines, you lose track.
Nice turn. The centering pass picked off by Casilli. Now Trindad Nebraska, the turnover, Lawrence the save, and he gobbled up the loose puck, which was quite fortuitous. Josh Olson, Liam Watkins both looming in that low slot.
Now you had 2 scoring chances off of that icing. That icing situation that Mount got themselves into, they got 2 fairly good scoring chances out of that. You just can't have those icing. Every time you give up scoring chances, it's just not good. It takes its toll over the course of the game.
2 and change left here. And working up ice comes Tedford. Tries to get around the defender, Dolan. Centering shot, Keneally the save, couldn't cover the rebound. And it squirted out. Patrick Kramer able to bail him out as he clears the zone. Enough sends that one into the Mountie bench.
I got Tedford there. He's a sophomore. He used his speed there. The defenseman, before he knew it, he was around him. And he had that quick inside step so the defenseman couldn't play him. That was just a great play by Tedford. Again, only a sophomore. You're really impressed with a young player like that playing in this kind of environment. State championship on the line.
Of the forwards listed on the top 9 from Coach Belisle, just 2 seniors. And of the 6D, 3 seniors. Of course, Lawrence, the co-captain behind them all between the pipes. He's a 4th-year guy as well, making another appearance in this final round. Right to repeat as champions last year, sweeping LaSalle. Centering pass came loose to Crudell, gets between the defenders, another little deke, and lost the handle, turned by Bedeau.
Look at this forechecker, though. Look at this forechecker, just incredible.
There's no time to reset. After they lose the puck, they're right into that full forecheck mode. And again, the puck in
Offside.
deep and offside the call. Mounties reset. Puck comes up for Eric Edwards. Sets it near side. Shove on Casilli. Haven't seen a lot as much of Phaneuf and Squazzaro down the stretch here in the second. We're down to a minute left in our second stanza here. Casilli lost an edge. Centering pass was looking for Farah coming through the long low slot, and here comes Holmes. Holmes, one man to beat back. A nice play by Dumont. Puck turned wide of Keneally. Crudell, the shot saved by Keneally, who held the pipe and got that left leg on it. On the wing, nice play on the back check by Phaneuf to take the puck from Armstrong. Puck kicked.
Away.
Yep, Kramer on the puck looking for Farah in the slot. Turns it back toward the corner inside a half minute to play.
Got to work here, Mount St. Charles does.
Right point, Dumont. Now Kramer takes a centering pass. It was taken away by Phaneuf. And it clears the zone. Sent back in. Phaneuf is back. See if the Mounties can get one more effort up ice. And that'll be enough to take us to the intermission. Dumont is back, and that'll do it for period number 2. 2 goals, one from Crudell of the Mounties, and less than a minute later, a fluky goal, but a goal at that from Andrew Farah. And after 30 minutes of ice hockey, we are tied at 1. I think with that, we should take a quick timeout. We'll be back here with more from Brown's Meehan Auditorium and the Game 1 of this Best of 3 Championship Series when we come back. After this, Hendricken and Mount tied at 1. And welcome back, folks. Good to have you with us here at Browns Bean Auditorium. They're the Mountie faithful. They're behind their squad, which right now finds itself tied with Bishop Hendricken 1-1. Alongside the longtime coach of the West Warwick Wizards, Ken Howell, I'm Mike Rubin. Good to have you with us, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 game. This is how we got there.
Yeah, watch this nice tip. And again, the goal was definitely scored by Nebraska.
I had it right.
They think they gave it to Crudell, but that is incorrect. It was scored by number 12. And again, what happens, the box opened up, and just a great pass. Found him in the slot, perfect tip, and just a great play all the way around.
That came literally at the 2:20 mark, and you can see just 42 seconds later, a tough break for the Mounties. The puck played by Farah off a skate of one of the defenders through the legs.
Yep. He was just trying to kick it over into the corner, just directed it.
Ken, it's a 1-1 game. Win the period, win the game is obviously the message, but I think discipline. We saw some penalties. We saw a couple of mental errors. What do you think the message in those locker rooms was?
The message is, first of all, avoid those icings by both teams, especially the Mounties. Get over that red line and get it in deep and go with your good forecheck. It's been working for you. So stay out of that. Number 2, stay out of the penalty box. Avoid special teams.
The Mounties wearing the red, white, and blue. They're your red and blue jerseys. White numerals, blue trim. Will skate left to right. The Hawks in the green and gold. And we are underway. Unofficially, the shots probably favoring the Hawks by a 5 or 6 shot margin. And again, both of the goals scored in a 40-second window. That opening 2.5 minutes of period number 2. Shot wide of Keneally, puck off to the wing. Patrick Kramer kicks it out of the zone. Squazzaro backhands it, knocked down Bryce Dolan up the far side. The puck ends up behind the Mount St. Charles bench. And we'll have a whistle.
Yeah, the good thing that's going to happen here for both teams, in that second period, both teams were emptying out into the out of their benches and sometimes put themselves offside. Now the benches are in a position where when you jump on the ice, you're not going to be offside.
Glad on the face-off for the Mounties. It's won by Riley Miller and taken away Casilli. Dumond on the puck. Puck saucers to the near wing in front of the Hendricken fans. It's costume day for the Hendricken fans.
Boy, and there are some costumes too.
I think my favorite one's the Wheaties box. I'm a fan.
I don't know, those guys with the gold police uniforms. I don't know what organization they're with.
You know, maybe I don't want to know, as Lawrence will cover up.
You know, again, both teams are in that feeling out process. In the first period, it wasn't really very much of a feeling out process. Both teams, I think, have a lot of confidence in their forecheck. They're going to get the puck in deep. They're going to go with a good forecheck. They're not going to get caught down with too many people down low, and they're just going to make something good happen off of that.
Up the wing, here comes Crudell, the shot, and a glove save by Matt Keneally. I think, Ken, something I think you can speak to, that you can sense behind the benches and on the ice. When your goaltender is playing well, it really does lift the play of the 5 in front.
Oh, no doubt about it. You got to have confidence in that guy. That guy makes the big play on you. Even that goal that Hendricken scored, I don't think Mount players were upset with it because it was a freaky thing. So they're not going to lose confidence in their player. And the goal that Mount scored on the Hendricken goal, it was a perfect goal. No one was stopping that.
Crudell, the whack. Oh boy, came and caught Tucker Alberigo, and those are those man plays in this sport where you go all out to try and drop and stop a puck, and he got it right off the side of his leg, and he's feeling it.
You know what happens when you draw down for that shot? You expose a lot of areas. The padding shifts. You catch it in the kidney. You catch it in the back of your bum side. And it can be painful.
Or the other side, and that's just as bad.
Yeah. It's those shots off the ankles that are the killers.
Well, a 2-on-1 potential. Here's Crudell on the wing. Keeps it himself. Shot. Kicked away off the iron. Keneally couldn't make the stop cleanly, but he makes the second one. As you said, sitting on the backside, Holmes couldn't pull the trigger.
That puck bounced straight up there for a second. I thought it was going to get behind Keneally, but he did a good job of just keeping his pads together and squeezing the puck.
1-1 game. It remains 1-1 as Keneally was able to hug the pipe.
Both boys have done a really good job of protecting that stuff coming out from behind the net.
On the wing.
Holding. Oh, they didn't get that.
Our referees again, Mike DiPasquale and Ron Paquette. The linesman, Sean Lyons. pretty good job calling this one. So hitting from behind and a slash, and then a too many men on the ice penalty. 2 penalties against Mount and 1 against the Hendricken Hawks, as that one is actually deflected up into that protective netting, and another face-off. By virtue of the deflection, the face-off will be just to the left of Matt Keneally.
He defended a nice job just deflecting that puck. You know, stick on stick, a good way to block a shot is to jam your stick and shoot a stick, causes that puck to go high.
Puck did clear the zone.
That should have been offside.
Yeah, hit one of the Mounties, turned on Crudell, and that's going to turn it. Nope, they'll say it was tipped. Maybe they make-up call there. Lawrence to the near side boards, and it's freed up for Holmes. Holmes shied away there from Kyle Fuller, and it'll be played back up ice. Dumont stripped.
Watch out here.
Numbers for the Hawks, and they'll call him offside. What do you think?
Good call. I was going to say that should be offside, and I didn't see it happening right away. I was wondering. The defender, the Hendricken player, just stepped in the zone, had both feet inside the zone. The man without the puck.
In a best-of-3 series, the all-important first game still hanging in the balance here at Meehan Auditorium on Providence's east side. Great to have you with us for our Cox Sports coverage of this championship series. Holmes pulls the trigger. Keneally's gone down. Puck went wide.
You're right, those dashes are lively. That puck came straight out as hot as it came out, went in.
And I've seen some teams use that to their advantage. This isn't a building that these two teams play a lot in. Hendricken played here earlier this year against BC High, I know that. Centering pass, Crudell walks in, takes a shot and scores! That's Crudell. He was able to deke his way through and want to finish the Mounties. Take a 2-1 lead.
That's just a great play. First of all, a good play at the point to keep the puck in. And then Crudell he stick him in the box there. It was unbelievable. He made 3 moves. He made an outside move, an inside move, and back to the outside and put it top corner. That's just a heck of a play.
Well, Crudell might have heard us say, you know what, we're not sure if he got the first one. That one was Nebraska.
Watch this nice move. 1, 2, 3, and then shot. Top shelf. Excellent.
That's why you teach stick handling drills, huh, kid?
Yeah.
Wow.
Stick handling in a box. That's what it's all about.
So Tom Crudell makes this 2-1 Mounties. And the shot in wide of Keneally. Comes to the near side. Shot turned away. Stick save off of Badeau's shot. The Hawks finding themselves playing from behind here. Inside 11 and a half. That could have been a hold there on Squazzaro. Yeah.
That's a hold.
Squazzaro lost his stick and his glove. He was in such a prone position. Extra attackers on for the Hawks. Lawrence will cover. And, you know, Squazzaro did take a shot in the leg earlier in this game and seemed to be beaten going up the side. Really the only option he had. And once you take that hand off the stick, well, it's almost always a hold.
Well, you know, I got to be honest with you. I'll have to say that it looked like both guys were kind of holding each other just for the way his glove came off. Squazzaro's glove came off. But Squazzaro being the guy without the puck, the man with the puck always has the advantage in the eyes of the official.
Third power play of the game for Bishop Hendricken. They're 0 for 2 thus far. And the face-off win and the win and dump from Nebraska. Keneally to his right, turns it to the near wing. And boy, here comes this aggressive forecheck of Patrick Holmes. It's Holmes, Nebraska, Phaneuf. And I believe Crudell is back as a point man on this kill. With the puck comes Alberigo, turns the shot, hit a skate. Crudell winds up and hacks the puck down ice. More than 30 ticks already gone, and boy, coming down hot was Nebraska. Fights for the puck, spins it against the boards.
Nice work right there.
Well, now he's going to get back because Hendricken will have numbers cutting up ice. They turn to the near wing on Badeau, and here's Alberigo. Good to see him back. He did take that shot off the leg. Shot off the pipe! It looked like Lawrence did get a glove off, but I'm not sure if he made contact with it. Centering past the shot, blocked again, partially by Crudell. Enough chasing it, but it comes to the far wing. And kept alive by Farah. And dropped down, here's Patrick Kramer. Kramer working down low. Holmes, a nice job on the back check to turn him to the near wing. 45 seconds left on the power play for the Hawks. Alberigo shouldering the puck, gets bumped off by Phaneuf. Crudell and Bedeau are back. Mounties trying to kill this without one of their top killers, Squazzaro. He's in the box for another 30 seconds. And that'll be hacked down ice.
Ooh.
Oh, a shot on.
Wow.
5 enough. That'll keep a goalie honest.
Let me tell you what, that thing came off the ice like a saucer.
Soccer, we would say that's a worm burner, those that just barely get off the ground. That one was just about, what, toe high.
Yeah.
Hawks with some numbers. They drop it down. Turned by Casilli to the wing. Sliding over. The puck will clear the zone. And a heady play by Jacob Glad. He just pushed it down ice, and the penalty comes off the board as the Mounties return to full strength, nursing this 2-1 lead. Holmes had stepped up, and the couple of Hawks couldn't come up with the puck. Holmes is on it. On the wing, set in. Here come the Hawks again. Looking perhaps to create some traffic, settle into the forecheck. Turned back by Trindad off to the wing. And Crudell. Crudell, the go-ahead goal here in the third. Came at 3:10, unassisted, unofficially unassisted. Kept alive at the point, and oh, it did just kick out on Joe Sanchioni.
Good call by the official. That just got over the line. Again, Mount St. Charles in that entire power play situation on the kill, they were scrambling around. I was thinking that Hendricken was going to get something good out of that. But really, Hendricken only got that one shot off the post, and that was about it.
8.5 to play here in period number 3. Puck set down by Daniel Allen, chased by Keith Valentine, who had popped the blue line. Yep.
If I'm Coach Kramer, I'm a little concerned because Mount St. Charles, I think, is right now out-hustling Hendricken. I think they're a little bit more jumping their step. Hendricken looks a little flat-footed right now.
Well, so far, the only goal for Bishop Hendricken. Bit of a fluky goal, but goals are goals any way you look at them.
Oh, yeah,
Fluke,
for sure.
Greasy.
They've also hit 2 posts, remember?
Yeah, this is true. Sometimes you're going to get a little lucky. The goaltenders would tell you they knew where that pipe was all along, right?
Yeah.
Well, here comes Keith Valentine. Drops the puck, set in by Bedeau. And I think, again, Mount St. Charles was offside. Tough for us to see, but I think it did squirt over that blue line, and we'll have another face-off.
Yeah, the low referee called that. The linesman at that point missed that call.
One back. Dolan from Alberigo. Tipped over by Squazzaro. Centering pass, nice look for Armstrong, who tried to turn one, and almost another tricky little play as it came kicking in off of a skate. Lawrence covers it up.
Those are the kind of things you got to worry about as a goaltender, because sometimes the weakest little backhanders and misdirections can cause issues for a goaltender.
Face off to Lawrence's right. Again, the Mounties defending. Goal to our left here in the third. Crudell on the wing. Has Holmes in front of him. Tried to lead it ahead. It'll roll in on Keneally, who misplayed it. Trying to get a glove on it. I think he saw Alberigo. Maybe a bit of confusion there. Squazzaro on the wing. Now Crudell again has Holmes. Push the puck along the kick plate. Back is Farah. Turns it to the near side. Lost by Armstrong, and back is Dolan. He'll turn it off for Kramer again. Turned over. Here's Holmes. Just kicked it ahead and off to the wing again. He'll pin it against the boards, tied up by Dolan, and here come the Hawks. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Mounties try to change on the fly. Farah gets around Squazzaro and now down low. Comes to the wing and looking perhaps to the point. Keeps it himself. Nice dish. Intercepted by Crudell, who plays it behind the bench and will have a whistle. 6:54 left here in the third. We're going to take a timeout. Can the Mounties hang on here? We'll find out after this. 2-1 our score. Back inside Meehan Auditorium. Those fans are excited. 6:54 remains here in the third. Mount St. Charles leading 2-1 alongside Ken Howell. I'm Mike Rubin. Great to have you with us for all of our coverage here on Cox Sports and the Ocean State Network. Ken, I mentioned before we went to break, can the Mounties hold on? I think there's a difference between trying to hold on and trying to put a team away. I don't think it's in the Mount St. Charles lineage to just hang on.
No, again, they're doing a good. Their forecheck is awesome, and that's going to keep you in a good position because you're going to keep the puck in the opposite end of the ice.
Riley Miller shoulder to shoulder with Trindad in the corner. Puck kicks to Glad, and it's turned back. Heady play there by Trindad. Off to the far side, Tedford. Backhands one, kept alive at the point. Set in off the stick of Lawrence. Is the shot by Dumond. And almost turned over.
Pass.
Yeah, dangerous pass almost picked off there by Riley Miller.
Oof.
That puck came up. Looked like it caught Lawrence in the coconut.
Yeah, it did.
Inside 6 to play here in the third. Here comes the Mounties. They set it ahead. Here comes Daniel Allen. Gets it in deep. Look to turn to Sanchione. Rolling out 3 lines here with some consistency are the Mounties coaching staff. Alberigo turns it. Hawks.
Yeah, what Dave and Bill Vallejo are looking for, they're looking for 25 seconds out of a line, 25 seconds of just get it in, aggressively forecheck, and make sure you come back and help your defenseman.
Far side boards. Here come them out. Again, it's jumped in by Allen, yeah. We'll keep an eye. The next line comes on at about 5:20 or so. Puck hops to Fanup. This is the Crudell-Nebraska-Holmes tandem. Good look across. A good read there by Kramer. And ahead for Armstrong, and it's just offsides for Bishop Hendricken. 5:02 left here in the third, Ken. I think the question I would have is at what point do you start to put a little bit more heat, try and get those onside rushes if you are Bishop Hendricken?
I think you get another minute or two, minute and a half from now, maybe around the 3-minute mark, you got to start taking some chances with your defense.
Up the wing comes Dumond, the junior, to the corner. Collides with Scazzero. And turn, Kramer will try and chase it down on the near wing. Backhander toward the slot, kicks out to the point. Set back Dumond, the drive by Farah, knocked down. Armstrong on the puck. Kicked away, it comes to Crudell. Mount hurries, they'd have numbers, but it is freed up, nicely done. Here's Farah on the wing, the drive blocked by Fanup.
Boy, is he good. Boy, is he good.
And, oh boy, I think one of the Hawks went down. I think it was Farah. And just the way he went down awkwardly, I think he fell on his stick. And, it looked like he's favoring a shoulder.
Yeah.
The drive by Crudell is saved. Nice stop by Keneally. And we go back to that hit. And Farah, who has the Hendricken goal, kind of took a tough spill there with Fanup. Just clean shoulder to shoulder. Got last change here for Mount.
Yeah.
Their coaching staff is lobbying for something. I'm not sure what.
I'm not either, really, what that was all about right there.
Well, faceoff will come to Keneally's right, won by the Hawks. Inside now, 4 to play. As we head down to crunch time here at Meehan Auditorium, and icing the call on Bishop Hendricken.
You know, those little things, that's again a little icing. Let's see what happens off this. You got 3:57 left here. The first line for Hendricken is going to get right back out there. I think that's going to be important. That first line for Hendricken, Farah, Kramer, and Armstrong are going to get back on the ice pretty quick. They'll be jumping right on the ice on this next change. They've got to generate some offense. They've really been shut down well by Hendricken tonight.
We're just inside 4 to play. It's one back. Alberigo, the senior,
2-on-1.
turns it around. Here come numbers. The dish in front to score! Tape to tape for Brandon Mitchell. And what a finish by the sophomore. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, that was just a great play. Just a great play right there.
A terrific feed and an even better finish. Top shelf where Mama keeps the cookies. And that'll get the costumes jumping with the score now tied at 2. Said we were entering crunch time, and that's what winning teams will find a way to do, they answer.
Well, that was one of the first odd man rushes that Hendricken had tonight where they were successful.
We have ourselves a game here. We are tied at 2.
see so many missed face-offs here. Throwing guys out left and right. Oh, yeah, that's just a nice goal. Just a great tip. You know, again, similar to the goal that the Mounties scored, it's just a nice redirection of the puck.
Unofficially, I think the 4th goal of the season for Mitchell. That lifts the team too when the line listed as the 4th on the scores on the line chart finds a way to the net.
Yeah, it looked like that's two shots. Oh, watch out, that's dangerous.
Loose in front and scored! Lawrence out of position! The backhander to the open net! And that is how you answer. Bishop Hendricken takes a 3-2 lead. 2 goals in under a minute. This time, it belongs to Jonathan Finelli.
Yeah, just a bad break. The puck came across. What happened in that situation, Panic broke his stick, and he had to go to the bench to get a stick. And when he went to get the bench to the stick, the puck broke in on the left side away from him, and he was never able to recover and help out.
Mount St. Charles wants timeout to try and settle this down. And with the score 3-2, Ken, they're in trouble all of a sudden.
Well, what happened there, you know, we're talking about Hendrick. When you watch this situation, there's Panick's broken stick on the ice. He's never able to recover. And just a bad rebound, came out in front, and Johnny on the spot right there to tip it in. Now, the shoe's on the other foot. Now we've got Mount St. Charles down by a goal 30 minutes in the game. They're going to have to start taking the chances. Now I think you're going to see definitely Scazzero and Panic may not leave the ice for the next 3 minutes and 23 seconds.
Well, we'll keep an eye on Lawrence as well. Lawrence had overplayed up to the far side. You know, down the other end, we have a pretty good look inside from our vantage point over the shoulder of Coach Kramer. And, you know, he's got the whiteboard out. But sometimes when you're up 3-2, it has nothing to do with tactics on the ice and has everything to do with being mentally strong.
Yeah, the other big thing is that make sure they get over that red line and dump it in, be aggressive with their forecheck, not get 3 guys caught deep, and the defenseman cannot take any chances.
3-2, Ken, and, you know, I think the other part of this that you and I can certainly not discount, and having been on a great deal of these situations over the years, is you go from up 2-1 on the verge of a victory to now a disaster in the span of a minute. The emotions are tough. I don't care how many years you've been playing this sport.
No, definitely. This is where Mount's forecheck is going to play. That's an icing. This is where Mount's forecheck is going to be oh so crucial. Because with a good forecheck, what's going to happen is Hendricken's going to force the puck up the boards, and that's going to play right into the hands of Panic and Scazzero. That's what they want to do. These face-offs now are so important.
Nebraska to take it for the Mounties. Good to see Andrew Farah back on the ice after he had gone down earlier in the period. Armstrong clears the zone, neutralized. Scazzero gets around what could have been a hit. And near side, here comes Armstrong. Armstrong on the wing, keeps it himself, the shot to score! Quick wrists from Armstrong! And it's 4-2 Hendricken.
Yeah, you know, here's a good example of what happens when you get caught up the ice. In an effort to make a play, the Mounties defenseman got caught up the ice.
Well, you know, Ken, the storyline in this one changed an awful lot in about a span of a minute and a half. And in so doing, I think every writer here had to rewrite their lead.
Yeah, for sure.
We've gone to 4-2 Hendricken. And I'll tell you, that was right there. Of all the goals we've seen, with all due respect to Nebraska's finish, that's a goal scorer's goal. Let's get a look. Here's Armstrong on the wing.
Watch their court. It's really just a great shot. You know, that may have gone off the defender, no 20 stick. Got to get a little lift on it. I think maybe Fade, if it's sticking the stick up, might have caused that to rise a little quicker than Lawrence thought it was going to be.
That is a goal scorer's touch, though, from the sophomore Armstrong. He's closing in on a 30-point season himself. And again, this is a best of 3, and all the momentum riding into game number 2 tomorrow will be squarely in the corner of the green and gold.
Well, the other thing, too, we were concerned about was what was the toll going to be, because Mount St. Charles was using less players, especially getting so much ice time with Scazzero and Fanafin. And maybe these couple of last minute or two tell you the story about that extra ice time.
Well, they tell you as a goaltender, you got to have a pretty good case of amnesia. You got to have a very short memory. And tomorrow, this one, when this might be the old midnight rule. You get to midnight, you don't think about this game anymore.
Now, the thing is, it's a situation where you played well, you made a lot of good saves, and then you just had a little bit of a breakdown. It doesn't take much in hockey to have a breakdown, and things happen bad and fast.
Now we're inside a minute and a half left here. Bishop Hendricken, 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of 3 goals in about 2-minute span. Took this from a 2-1 Mount lead to what right now stands as a certain Hendricken victory, barring a miracle. We'll keep an eye on Lawrence. I do not think the Belials are going to pull him, or are they? They've got him out at the hash marks, but looks like he's staying put. Near side, centering shot, comes off, and Lawrence has vacated the net. So we'll have about 52 seconds of empty net situation. Squazzero near side. Lawrence a little slow getting off, and then that puck saucers down and scored! A backhander finds its way in, and Hendricken is going home tonight, back down 95 with a 1-0 lead in this series, and I think it's Armstrong's second consecutive strike.
Yeah, that was just a little lazy flip, and there was nothing the defender could do about it. They found the open net.
5-2. I'll tell you, the scoreboard does not tell the story of the 45 minutes we've seen tonight, Ken.
No, you take away 3 minutes and about 15 seconds in this third period, and it's Mount still ahead 2-1. It's a different game.
Well, it's an awfully big word, awful little word with an awfully big meaning, the coach used to say to me. That one spirals wide of Lawrence, and the Hendricken will gate it left, Mounties left to right, Holmes off for Trudell. Final 10 seconds ticking away. Trudell in the corner. And that's going to do it. Oh boy, none of that necessary. You get a little bit of extracurricular afterwards, but they'll mob Matt Keneally down between the Hendricken pipes, and the Hawks have a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up from Meehan Auditorium when we come back. After this, Hendricken 5, Mount 2. Game 1 is in the books. They're shaking them up here at Meehan Auditorium with a game 1 in the books between the Mounties and the Hawks. Hendricken using a 4-goal outburst in the last 4 or 5 minutes of this game to turn what was a 2-1 Mount lead into a 5-2 game 1 victory. Let's take a look at how it happened. It all got started with a dandy of a goal by Justin Dabrowska.
Yeah, just on the power play, and again, just a nice pass here. Much as just a nice pass to the middle, nice deflection right there.
At that point, it was 1-0 Mount, but it took just 40 seconds for Hendricken to answer. Again, fluky goals are goals, and this one is a little bit kooky. It kicked off of Squazzero's skate.
I think it was Squazzero. Yeah. He tried to direct it to his the corner with the skate and just went in. You lose contact with where you are on the ice, and that put Hendricken back in the ballgame.
Mounties would take a lead. Watch this individual effort here by Tom Crudell. Tic-tac-toe, 1, 2, 3, top shelf over Keneally. The Mounties led 2-1, and they held that lead as you watch him walking in. That's just a great play.
That's just a great goal.
Great look by our crew here as well to get that one from that angle.
Awesome.
But you see here, we're inside 4 minutes. The 2-on-1 break lifts it top shelf. That was Brandon Mitchell tying the game at 2. That one came at 11:15, and then the fireworks. 22 seconds later, a little bit of a misplay. You see the broken stick on the ice. Lawrence fanned, backhander in. That one from Finelli. Hendricken takes its first lead of the game.
Yeah, Lawrence tried to play that with his glove rather than stick, and that was a mistake.
Hendricken added another one, and then the empty netter from Armstrong. He had the last two, and again, a 5-2 final. Bishop Hendricken goes home happy. Ken, we turn our attention very quickly to Game 2. The fans will be back en masse. We'll be back, and the question really becomes, how quickly can the Belials get their team to erase these last 5 minutes? And the same for Coach Kramer, because let's face it, they were 5 minutes away from going home down 0-1.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I don't think either team has anything to hang their head about. I mean, Mount St. Charles, I think, played their game plan pretty much except for that little 3-minute stretch from the third period. Did a good job with their forecheck. I wonder if the wearing down of those two defensemen, especially Banff and Scazzero, didn't play a role in all of this. Hendricken really did a good job of wearing them down physically, played the body a lot. On the flip side, Hendricken did a very nice job of just being patient and waiting for opportunities. When they got the opportunities, they scored. And those last goals were opportunistic goals.
Hendricken trying to win for the 4th time all-time over Mount. For the Mounties, trying to repeat yet again as they beat LaSalle last year. They're in the finals for the 9th straight. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Bishop Hendricken tonight. To the victors go the spoils. 5-2 our final from here at Meehan Auditorium. So we'll talk to you from Game 2. For Ken Howell and our entire Cox Sports crew, I'm Mike Rubin saying so long from Meehan Auditorium. Hendricken 5, Mount 2. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night.